I'm here with the little bug eye, and one of the things I noticed that I really like is this is a different type font on these old combination gauges. It's nice when you find the original ones. Most of them have the slightly later type font you can look to see. Same with the fuel gauges, these fractional gauges, but I think you probably already know that. Alright, so the bodywork issues that this car has, we've been inspecting, and there's a tiny bit, there's a very small perforation right here. I don't know if you can see it, but under here there's a small hole. Actually not that big a deal to fix. There's the, can you see the daylight coming through? There's a little bit of, there it is. That line there is what we think water would have sat in there, rested through this section of the floor. And it's just a small little piece, not difficult to fix. What we did discuss though is realistically this car should have this area addressed here. There is actually a little bit of Bondo in this section, and it wraps around under the rocker. It's a very small repair, but realistically, it's kind of where do you stop? Stuart proposes we remove this whole rocker panel because we would need a patch in this area. They don't sell a patch, and for him to fabricate one, you might as well replace the whole rocker, which would also address this. Now it's a very small area, and again it would seem that a small patch would be all you would need for that rust area, but it would just be easier for him to cut this off. And then there's one small rust hole here at the bottom of this, let's call that the shut panel, but it's, again, not a big deal, but while the rocker was off, he would weld in a little patch there. And on the other side, we have something similar. This is the area that you would have seen in the pictures right in here that needs addressing, but it turns out some of the Bondo wraps just into this corner. So we've got a decent enough panel, but there's a little bit of Bondo in here, and rather than cut this out, the same approach would apply, partly because it would also address this area, which is not major, but you would need to cut this out and make a patch. So once again, it would seem that the easiest fix would just be to slice off the rocker panel, replace that, and deal in each corner. Now this one doesn't need any repair here, which is great to see. It's just a little surface rust. And so that's what we would do to get this bug eye ready to be ultimately painted. But the spring boxes are in excellent shape, and so that would be the plan.